Ryanless podcast. Noah, this is going to be the most straightforward podcast, I think is the best way to put it. The least squirrely, the most on track.
Yeah.
There was a couple, I was reading the Spotify comments last night, and a lot of people were like, Ryan is so fucking squirrely. And we were talking about that, me and him trying to talk about the putting stroke.
Yeah.
For mini golf, and then he just couldn't understand what I was saying.
Oh yeah, the follow through thing. Where you're like,
I'm not talking about their feet. I'm talking about their hands.
I had to show him with my hands. Like, oh okay, and I think that okay was just like, let's just move on.
Yeah, I don't think he gets it still. But he had his kid. Big round of applause for Ryan. Another baby boy. He texted me the morning after, and he's one away from his scramble team. I've got my scramble team set, so he's going to start working on a third one here real quick, I think. So we've decided that in 2035 we are going to have the Balmoral Family Classic. It's just the Zigglers versus the Sheelys every summer.
That'll be fun. It'll be like a grown up style. Whatever the hell that is, like small town battle.
Yep, you go to the home lake course. I think winners get to pick the course the next year. 10 years. You guys have to listen to us for 10 years to get the results of the first ever scramble.
I think it'll be worth the wait, though.
I think so. I think it'd be very interesting if we actually did that. How serious Ryan would take it, because he's either going to be like locked the fuck in, because it's his family, and it's like Ryan's very competitive and very serious about that type of stuff. Or we'll get old man Ryan, who's just finally like, let's let the kids have fun.
No,
not a chance.
Not a chance.
That is the slimmer of the two options.
And maybe having a second kid will just change him. Maybe having the third one will change him too. But
maybe
the current state of Ryan is going to prepare for weeks. Months maybe, and he's gonna be he'd be so locked in for that. He needs to win that.
Yeah, dude. And I wouldn't be a total cock about it, but I would just make a lot of subtle jabs if me and the boys won.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't full on talk shit about it, but I would just keep reminding him about it every 3 months or so. Be like, hey, I haven't decided what course I want to go to yet for next year's. Just, oh, hey, remember that shot that Charlie hit on this one? Yeah, remember that? That was cool. We won because of that.
That would lock him in even more for the next year.
It would.
Be taking lessons.
He have all of his kids on the range, just drill sergeant style.
Yes.
Again. Yeah, that would really injure his pride. And if you get injured on the road, or at dinner at a golf course, there's one person you can call. No, do you know who that is?
No, I think you should tell me though.
Who are you gonna call? Russell Nicolay at NicolayLaw.com. He's the Midwest's #1 injury lawyer. And one thing we don't talk about enough, I don't think we did right away when we started talking about Nicolay, it's a family affair. They treat you like family because the whole business is family. He's got his brothers. His mom works with him. So they have an actual family atmosphere. So they'll treat you and your family just as well as they would treat their own, even if you do get injured in your family scramble. So any injuries, any questions at all, just feel free to give him a call. I'll let you know if he can help you out. Chances are he can. So NicolayLaw.com. Noah, what are we talking about today?
I golfed this weekend.
Fuck yeah.
I golfed this weekend.
Headline though, did you golf well?
No.
You haven't golfed much yet this year, right?
No.
This is the second time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I did not. And it was this past Sunday morning. And of course it's like, that's the first day that it just kicked up to like 95.
Oh my God.
For this like hot 3-4 day stretch.
And when it wasn't 95 degrees, it was because the wind was blowing 45 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Just a shitty day to golf.
So And it was Mother's Day, so it was like the course was pretty empty.
You got to skip out on Mother's Day to golf?
No. So Tayden worked from 4:30 a.m.
Your fiance for the folks at home.
My fiance Tayden worked from 4:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then we were gonna go up to Grand Forks to see my family.
Gotcha.
So it's like during that morning time frame, I was like,
you got solo Noah time on Mother's Day.
Just see if I can schedule an 18 in there with a couple other buddies that don't have anything going on. And the court, well, it was nice. We were out at Edgewood here in Fargo.
I love Edgewood.
I do too. And that was the most empty I've ever seen the parking lot. There was maybe 10 vehicles across the entire parking lot at 9 a.m. And it's it's like, I mean, there's a lot of tee times from sunrise to 9 a.m. But yeah, it wasn't too bad when we got out there temperature wise. And then once it started to get really bad, the wind picked up to just kind of relieve it a little bit. But
yeah, and then you're blowing your balls all around the course.
Right. I mean, I was doing that anyways. So yeah, started out not too hot. I think I shot a 55 on the front and then a 45 on the back.
Hey, saved it a little bit.
An even slated 100.
100.
It was a weird ordeal though. It's like I had my driver pretty fine tuned. I was hitting that pretty straight, finding fairways. I couldn't find the green after that though. And when I got on the green, I was 3-putting everything. It was a mess. So it's like it didn't even feel as bad as it actually was, because usually it's the opposite. Like I will be in the trees, the other fairway, and then I find my way to the green, and then I'll get like a double bogey, and I'm like, oh, like it wasn't that bad. Like I was way over in the other fairway, but it's like I figured out the other thing that I have never been able to fine tune. Yeah. So it's like, it's a weird.
I think we've talked about this before. I'm almost 100% sure we've talked about this before, but I'll bring it back up. I would so much rather have my low clubs on than my high clubs on. Like I would so much rather have the wedges and the putter be on during a round than my driver be on. If I had to choose, I want them all on.
Right. Obviously.
But if I had to pick between one or the other, I'm picking the wedges and the putter over the driver and the long irons, just because it feels so much better to finish a hole well than start a hole well.
Yeah.
Because you're going to carry whatever you do on the green or around the green to the next tee box. And if you hit a great drive and then chunk a couple of shots and still finish with your double bogey, opposed to hitting a terrible drive and then kind of rescuing yourself to double bogey.
Right.
Totally different vibe walking to the next tee.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, it felt weird because the slice wasn't there. You know, I'd push a few and then like out of the fairway, I would like maybe duff a few iron shots that were 30 yards short of where they should be, and then duff a chip, and then finally get up on the green and then 3-putt. So it's like, it just felt weird that the normal bad habits weren't there. I just created
new ones.
So,
and then when you golf again this next weekend, you'll have completely new habits.
Right.
It's so inconsistent and so frustrating.
Yeah. And like the last, I don't know, month or so, if I have time, like I'll jump into the sim after work and like just kind of work on swinging a little bit just to try to nail it down. And then I get to the course and like, that was all out the window. Like I remember being on like hole 7 or 8 and being like, I haven't done a single thing that I sat and practiced for hours in the simulator that was supposed to prevent all this stuff from happening. So yeah, I don't know. It was a fun time though. First time getting out, first time playing 18 this year. And
dude, I'd be happy with 100.
Yeah,
especially Edgewood's not an easy course.
It's not.
Like there's hazards, water on almost every single hole, and water that guys like us can go into often.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be mad with 100 at all, especially if second round of the year, first 18.
Yeah. I was very proud of myself on hole I think it's hole 4 or 5 on Edgewood. That par 5
along the river on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there's the river on the left, and then there's that little pond on the right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's fairway or nothing.
Yeah.
A little bit of rough off to each side, but found the fairway right down the middle on that one. So I was proud of myself there. But
and then on your second shot, if you're left or right, you're in the fucking woods.
Mm-hmm.
So
Edgewood, beautiful course, but it is hard.
it is. It's weirdly enough, it's one of the most fun courses to scramble.
Yeah.
Because you just get, no matter what, like even just a 20-yard spread on your balls, you have such different shots that you have to choose from. And it's kind of fun scheming what shot you're going to take.
Yeah. Yeah. I also like it. I like the course because it doesn't feel like you're in Fargo at all. It feels like very much like an out of town, out in the middle of nowhere course because it's so wooded that you don't see outside of it ever until you leave.
Right. Yeah, I like that too. Like you're in a neighborhood, but it doesn't feel like you're in a neighborhood whatsoever.
No.
Nothing crazy happened. Every time I go to Edgewood, I get a weird story.
No.
Like I've had some kids fight each other. I had an old guy try to fight me.
Yeah.
I had a guy steal Ryan's head cover because of me. Every time I go there, there's some. We had Trevor ask us for our first picture ever before we knew who Trevor was.
That's right.
Every time I go there, something weird happens.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty tame, and maybe that's because of how little amount of people were on the course.
I did see a stat saying that across the United States, Mother's Day is the day with the least amount of crime. So maybe all the crazies were not on the golf course causing trouble.
Yeah, everyone was acting in line that day.
Yeah, well, there's the top comment on that post is just like crazy how much crime mothers are committing.
Yeah. That's one way to look at it, I guess.
Yep. PGA Championships this weekend. Second major of the year. We were wrong before. I'm pretty sure this is where Scotty got arrested. Didn't Scotty get arrested at the PGA and we said it was the Masters because we're fucking idiots?
He did.
How many people on YouTube were pissed about that?
I don't think anybody.
Thank God, dude.
I think we didn't make a big deal of it. It was like literally like a 10-second thing of like, oh yeah,
yeah,
this is Scotty last year, right? Haha, move on. So
thank God.
I think if we would have made any more of a deal of it, people would have been upset with it for sure.
Fucking idiots. No, I thought about that night. I'm like, I don't think Scotty got arrested at the Masters. And I said that. I said it twice, I think. Who's the favorite? You got odds pulled up at all?
That's just what I was getting to.
I mean, Scotty's probably the favorite, I would assume. Seems like he's the favorite at every tournament. Scotty or Rory?
I like finding the DraftKings lines because I feel just like ESPN posts all different types of stuff here. So, okay. Scotty Scheffler has the highest odds, 425. And then Rory, Bryson, John Rahm. It's pretty much your basic run of the mill.
The same five guys that are at the top every major.
Yeah. Nobody's odds are really.
Where's Brooks? He fucking loves the PGA Championship.
Plus 4,500.
Okay.
14th.
Okay.
14th in odds.
I don't think Brooks is a bad line, folks. But again, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
And then you can also bet top 5 on all these guys too. And obviously the odds aren't quite as good, but plus 700 on top 5 for Brooks.
I like that line.
So
one of our listeners on the Spotify comments had a really good take after Rory won the Masters, and I think he's spot on. I forget their name, so I apologize. But he said, I think Rory wins 2 or 3 more majors now that the monkey's off his back.
Yeah, he might come out and just play lights out.
Dude, pressure's off. He's got his Grand Slam. No one expects, he doesn't have any like thing he's chasing anymore. He's not going to catch Tiger or Jack. Like that's totally fine. I don't think he wants to or cares to. But so now the pressure's off and he can just play golf, dude. His legacy is cemented. He can just swing the clubs and have fun again.
His marriage is in a good place.
Maybe rescued his marriage with the Masters win.
Yep. I think he came out recently and was like putting like rumors to rest of like the divorce still being like
because then
in the air, or
they announced like, hey, they're going to work things out and cancel the divorce,
right?
Like a month or two after the papers were filed.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just obvious that they weren't like
happy, or
which checks out. I mean, like if you're getting to the point where you file for a divorce, you're not just going to fix that in a couple of months.
Clearly. So yeah, there's people were still questioning that, but I feel like after he won the Masters, people were just kind of like, I don't know. It's weird how people associate the two, where it's like,
totally.
Oh, they're still getting, or they're staying together. Like he
Good.
won. He's in a good place.
Dude, it's crazy that a fucking 4 rounds of golf can save a marriage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's I just think it's funny how, like, in some, media outlets, the two just correlate so much for people. For
dude,
I
think it makes so much sense though. Because and then like a regular guy, obviously the golf isn't going to save your marriage, but this is somebody chasing a legacy where every waking moment you have somebody writing an article about how you haven't done this one thing and how your career means nothing if you haven't done this one thing. And like, you'll be remembered as the guy that didn't do it. And it's just constant, the live stuff. And it's just like, it had to have been a huge mental like load released that now he can use to just work on his marriage, which is crazy.
Yeah, you could see how much that weighed on him after he had won. So yeah, maybe he'll play so, because like golf is the type of sport where if you just let loose and just like play the game without, it sounds stupid, but it's like just play the game without thinking too much about it, you play your best golf.
Dude, isn't that just so like counterintuitive? You're right. For at least for us anyway, you're just right. The less you think about it, the better you play. But at the same time, it's one of the most cerebral games possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you have time to think about it, you should. Like when you're playing, it's like take hockey players, for instance, right? Like they have their plays, but they have to make such split second decisions.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, you have to be very smart and you have to be very calculated, but a lot of it is just instinctual. In golf, it being slowed down like that, it's so much more intellectual, in my opinion, because you can follow your gut, right? Like my gut says that it's a 3-wood here, but you have time to sit there and second guess and think about, well, I could also play my 5-iron and hit it like this. I could also do this. I could also do that. And you have that time to sit and think, which is such a total, like, should be an advantage, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, I found myself just sitting in, like, the more I think about my foot stance, the follow through, like how, what percentage should I give this? Is this 100%? Is this an 80% swing? Like, that's when I just start overthinking and not playing well at all. That's when like I start duffing shots, is when like I just don't, like, you just almost lose it of just like, just hit the ball.
Yeah.
Just hit the ball.
When your mental checklist takes longer than 30 seconds, you start fucking up.
Yeah. So
at least for us normies, which is honest to God why I do not take practice swings.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that like 3-4 years ago that the longer I took before I hit my ball, the worse I played.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time I ever take any sort of practice stroke is like on a fully touched chip. Like it's inside 100 yards. Usually it's more like inside 50. I like got to get a feel for it. That's the only time I'm taking practice swings.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is a different thing for professionals because it's literally, I mean, obviously they're so much better than the average person that thinking more about it might help them shoot a better round, I guess.
Right. They also get the option of being able to hit a bunch of different kinds of shots.
Yeah.
We're not skilled enough
to
be like, all right, I'm going to purposely hit a draw here. I'm going to purposely hit a cut here. I'm going to keep this one low. Like we don't have those skills. So it's not something we need to think about.
You got to keep shot shaping out of your mind when you're swinging.
For sure.
It's just, I don't know. And it reminds me of too, when we were out at Leonard before, when those guys kept hitting into us.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, we would be off to the right of the fairway over there. Balls are rolling up on us, almost hitting us. We're like, whatever, they're slicing. 2 holes later, we're off to the left. Balls are coming in flying. I know for a fact after they hit into us the first time, the second time they were like, okay, I can be anywhere but over at those guys.
Yeah,
I don't want them to think that we're just hacking at them, whatever.
Well, and I could tell these guys weren't good enough to be purposely hooking it at us.
So it is just one of those things where if you sit and you think about it, and I don't know, average Joes, you sit and think too much, you're not going to be able to play. But I don't know, maybe Rory will be playing.
Okay, hypothetical for you. What do you think would happen? Okay. How do I phrase this? We'll just take Rory, right? Let's say Rory's playing 18 holes, normal, right? He gets all the time to think about it. He can take his time. It's just a normal, basic ass 18 holes. Then he plays those same 18 holes on a sort of baseball pitch clock.
Okay.
Like where he only gets the second, like the club is out of his bag, he gets 15 seconds to hit the ball.
Okay.
How much worse do you think he plays on the speed round? If he plays worse at all.
I think he would maybe even surprise himself and play. I think there's a chance he would play better.
Dude, I think so too. Like he gets like 30 seconds once arriving to his ball. Right? So like he's got to have the club in mind. He gets his club out, hits his ball, moves on. He gets 30 seconds. I think it'd be very interesting to see. And would also make for kind of an entertaining product. I know it'd be an absolute fucking nightmare for the production company to try to keep up with each golfer.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be very interesting to see.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that would affect a pro versus like more so just the average golfer when it comes to just like
I think
it's swinging, moving on, going up, swinging, moving on. Like
I also think if like for the average dude, if we played like that, we'd have to forget about our bad shots so fast.
Yeah, that's the thing is you're just gonna have to flush it because it's like you're hitting again here in 30 seconds to a minute. Like you're driving up to your ball immediately, and it's like, all right,
reset, swing the club, reset, swing the club.
Maybe we should try a round like that and just see what happens.
I'd be down. We played speed golf one time. Me and Ryan did for one hole. It was just literally the par 4 in Osgood. I think it was like hole 6. It's right next to the driving range. And it was just we tee off at the same time, and first person in the hole wins. We didn't play well.
No,
but we were also like sprinting down the course.
I would imagine so.
But I like the more cadence, 30 seconds per shot. You can take your time to your ball, but then once you get to your ball, you got to hit. I think that would do a lot of regular guys some favors. I'd be very curious to see how it affects the pros. I don't think we have enough pull to get any of them to try it.
No,
but be kind of interesting. Anyway, where is the PGA Championship?
I forgot the name of it. It's in Charlotte. And it is it's Quail Hollow.
Oh yeah. Okay. We can play that on the sim.
Yeah. Should.
Why not? Fuck it. You can learn a whole bunch of shit that you won't use in the course. You said weather could be an issue.
Yeah. There's a possibility of, it sounded like the final day was going to be fine, but I think it was the first. I don't know here. Now I feel like I'm going to just misspeak and someone, well, right now the PGA Championship is closed. It closed to spectators yesterday for the practice rounds due to weather. It was rained out. There's severe weather, and it's expected to clear up throughout the week, but there's still chances of showers throughout Thursday and Friday.
Interesting.
So, and then also I know that they probably have the like pretty high end grounds crews out there
for sure.
You know, but there's got to be some things that they can't control. If it's a heavy downpour,
they'll call it.
Yeah.
And then they'll do like, I've seen them before. Like you'll finish your round that you didn't finish the day before in the morning and then play again, which is total drag on those players.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's a true advantage of finishing low the first day to make sure maybe you get to play late. I don't know.
So yeah, today they have a 96% chance of rain and thunderstorms. And then, today being Tuesday, that is.
Yes.
This will come out.
We're recording Tuesday.
Wednesday, they have a couple morning showers with a 64% chance of rain. And then it's supposed to clear up on Thursday with spots of rain on Saturday.
Okay. They'll play through regular rain.
For sure.
As long as it's not a downpour or lightning, they're solid.
The way that they're like framing this up in these little weather reports that are specifically catered towards like the PGA Championship, not just a basic weather report, but they're framing it up as if like today, that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are like almost like downpours is what they're kind of.
So they're worried about the course getting fucked up
a little bit, but they just like follow it up with just like, but good news is it looks like it's supposed to clear up by Thursday. So, maybe it won't play literally even an ounce of.
It's just all conjecture at this point. That's all weather meteorology is, just guesswork. Educated guesswork.
Other than when there's a fog.
Yes, that is days, science, man. Dude. Hey, will you check to see if there was fog 90 days ago in Charlotte?
I wonder if that's something.
I don't think you can look it up.
90 days ago.
You could ask AI would probably be the right person to ask, because you're not just gonna be able to Google that shit. I'll ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, I guess there's like previous weather reports that you can sit and scroll through.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
So you could sit and scroll all the way back to 90 days ago. But yeah, I guess ChatGPT would probably be the better candidate to ask.
They'll search it for me. Was there fog in Charlotte?
If there was, this is
I love that we continue to test this theory.
It's just a running bit. If it's within like 5 days too, it's like, okay, that's pretty
Shut the fuck up.
What?
Yes. Charlotte, North Carolina experienced mist and light fog on February 12th, 2025.
Really?
I kind of hate that. I hate that Ryan was right, dude. It is science. And I didn't even put within 5 days. I said exactly 90 days ago. So February 12th, there was fog in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's crazy. So 90 days ago, we could have
predicted this. They could have
specifically said, well, it's going to be raining during the practice rounds of the PGA Championship for sure.
Damn, dude.
Well, we should try to frame up. When's the U.S. Open? Is it in June?
Sounds right.
Okay. I was going to say we should try to frame up like 3 months out from some form of a golf championship, and we can just call the weather now. Oh yeah, gonna rain during the practice rounds, or it's gonna rain during the first round.
Oh, our Wi-Fi is down.
That's fun.
Yep. Sick. Anyway, Ryan's wives' tale proves itself again. I think we should take a quick break.
Sure.
And we'll come back, and you got a game for us again?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, no, we're blind ranking stuff again.
We are.
What am I blind ranking today?
We're going to be doing golf accessories.
Ooh, do I need to close my eyes or no?
Yeah, you need to face the wall, and yeah.
It's going to make for a bad podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, hit me.
No.
Golf accessories. The ball sack that holds 2 balls that you clip onto your bag is number one.
It's not, it definitely is not the deep cut golf accessories. It's very broad, very surface level, but
okay. Naked lady tees, number 2.
No, damn, those aren't on the list, but the dick tees are.
Okay. Should I start with the dick tees?
They're not actually on the list.
Damn it.
I mean, this is very like,
Okay.
Very generic golf accessories.
So I'm blind ranking golf accessories based on importance.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
First thing, golf glove.
Based on this could be a hot take for the average golfer that maybe plays once a week. It's not that important. 4, dude. Like, I don't know. We're not that fucking good.
Right.
And I play with my glove off half the time anyway, because when I take it off on the green, I forget to put it back on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I like having one, but
It's honestly a mental thing for me more than I think it makes me better.
yeah, probably. It is probably one of those things. I think it very much aligns with like wearing gloves in like football.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can still do the same thing, but okay. Next item, a rangefinder.
Okay, does this encompass like apps and shit? Like I genuinely just anything like okay, give me a little spoiler. Is like 18 birdies also on the list?
It is not.
Okay. So I'm going to lump them together.
Yeah.
And just say
fair.
anything that can tell you the distance.
Sure. Yeah. Let's take it at that.
Yeah, I'll put that at 2. I think
Okay.
that's actually really important. Especially if like the course you're playing, like we play some courses that don't have very obvious yardage markers. And it just, I genuinely think that's really important.
That's fair. Golf shoes or spikes.
Okay. This one, God, I don't want to burn up number 1, but I think I got to put it at 1. My game changed completely putting on golf shoes. I don't slip and slide. I feel like I get more distance. I feel like I have more control. I'm more consistent. Like even like I know I played when we did the barefoot round. I felt like I played pretty good and my swing was a lot more natural. But I think golf shoes are the real deal. Obviously, you need to wear them.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, any sort of weather, it could be rain from the previous day.
Dude, and also
you're literally going to be.
When we golfed barefoot that one day, the entire internet world was like, "You're gonna get cancer."
Yeah.
So I mean, I know there's other options that between barefoot and golf spikes, but those are the only 2 things I would even consider. I golfed in my Crocs the first round of the year because I just forgot my shoes, but I did not like it one bit.
Right.
My feet were all slipping and sliding around every time I swung a club.
Okay, you're going to hate me for this next one, but I put it in golf tees.
God damn it. Okay, no. We can spin zone this shit.
You can.
I'll put it at 3 because every tee box you go to, there's going to be some broken ones.
That's fair.
You can scavenge your ass off. I mean, unless you're saying I can't use golf tees, period, because of this list. They're very important.
Yeah. I mean, you could take it as like, these are like accessories to you specifically. Like,
okay.
I'm bringing these to the course.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
then I feel happy. I feel fine with putting it at 3. But if we're genuinely just ranking it in importance, they're way more important than a rangefinder and shoes.
Yeah. Okay. What do you have left? Is it number 5?
Just 5.
Okay. Golf balls. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
That would have been
like tees and balls are just so low on the list. It's like get a rangefinder.
Yeah, you need shoes and a rangefinder way before you need golf balls.
No, the last thing on the list was a golf towel.
Oh hell yeah, that's firmly in a 5.
I think that is in a very good spot. So
you're wearing a golf towel if you're desperate.
Yeah,
and just wipe it off on your shirt.
Yeah, I mean you can. There's plenty of other places that you can scrub your club if you need to wipe anything. If you need to wipe your golf ball, it's like you got those ball washers across the course. So it's like most of those have towels anyways. So
yeah, like 80% of them do.
So no, I think that's a fine list. Tees
are low.
I wanted to have, because it's like with all these blind rankings, it'll be like, you'll have a bunch lumped together that are very mix and match, and then there's like 2 that are like very important and then not very.
Right.
So had to throw it.
No, that's the only thing I would change. I would move tees up, but we spin zoned it to make it work.
Yeah, it worked out.
I also put something together. We were talking to ChatGPT in the first segment, and I was having a conversation with it, and I wanted to know what AI thinks are the 10 most... Okay, I'll rephrase this. I asked AI to give me a list of 10 ways the average golfer can improve their game without practicing a bunch. Because we're casuals. We don't need to be going to the range every single night. And so the first list it gave me: play smarter, not harder. Take the safer shot. Club down off the tee and aim away from trouble. Less heroic, more consistent.
I mean,
that's good advice in my opinion.
I think every golfer could probably take a little bit from that. Maybe not as drastic as that, but
there's some on this list of 10 that kind of surprised me. Number 2, use the same ball every round. Switching balls messes with the feel and distance. Pick a decent ball and stick with it. That's something I've never even once considered.
I sure would love to use the same one the entire time, but shit happens.
It sure does.
I mean,
this one goes with maybe makes the golf towel a little more important on our ranking list. Clean your clubs and grooves. Dirty grooves equal less spin and less control. A quick wipe before each shot actually helps. I think you kind of missed the mark on this because it's assuming that we can put spin and control our balls, which we can't.
I do think that might be something that might go a little unnoticed too, like cleaning out the grooves. It might help a little bit.
I remember when I was like beyond casual golfer, like once a summer with my grandpa, and I was like 16 or 17, and I was watching him, and he'd clean his grooves with his tee before every shot. I'm like, how come you do that? And he's like, I don't know. I see the pros doing it on TV.
Yeah.
That was his only reasoning. Number 4, learn basic course management. Kind of the same as 1. Don't fire at every flag. Know when to lay up and when to go for it and when to just survive.
Yeah.
Check your grip and posture at home. This is one that we all do already. 10 seconds in the mirror can fix months of frustration.
I don't know about that, but I mean...
Number 6, use a rangefinder or a GPS app. Guessing yardages is for suckers. Knowing your distances gives you confidence.
That's a crazy line. I agree, but that's a crazy line to throw in there. Everything's been so like...
kind of polite.
Yeah, very much like very nice way of telling you to improve. It's like guessing's for suckers.
Yeah, don't be a bitch. Yeah. Use a rangefinder. Mark your ball clearly. Avoid penalties and confusion. Plus, your lucky doodle might shave off a stroke. I think it means like actually like drawing on your ball, not like marking it on the green. Because why else would it say your lucky doodle might save? I don't know.
Right.
Walk your putts before you putt. Get a feel for the slope and speed. No extra practice required. Which I kind of disagree with. Like, come on. Who the fuck do we think we are? This is for casuals, ChatGPT.
Right.
I'm not stepping off my 4-footer in a scramble with my buddies.
No.
Number 10. Don't try new swing thoughts mid-round. And so that's the first list. I didn't love it. So I was like, give me a less obvious list. And I think the second list is better.
Okay.
Improve your lie before you swing. Which immediately I thought it was like cheat. Fluff your fucking ball.
Yeah.
But basically it's like you got to tee your ball up correctly and consistently, which is something that I actually agree with a shitload. If you're not teeing your ball up the same way every time, you're fucking yourself big time. And I fall victim to this all the time because I'm a scavenger and I never just have a consistent tee in my bag. I always have just a hodgepodge of tees because I'm always taking freebies. I'm always picking up the full size ones that are left in the tee box.
Yeah.
So there's no consistency in my tees. Another one that I really agree with, ditch the scorecard mindset. Instead of obsessing over your score, focus on one goal per round, i.e. no 3 putts, stay in bounds, takes pressure off and leads to better play.
That's actually extremely good advice, because it's like they're not saying don't keep score. They're saying just set a different goal instead of I want to shoot under 90. I want to shoot under 80, whatever your number is. It's like,
I want to have less than 30 putts in 18 holes.
That's cool. I think that, Yeah,
I think it nailed it on this second list. Number 3, set up your bag smarter. You don't need 4 wedges and no clue how far they go. Just have some clubs you trust and use them.
I can get behind that, actually.
Yeah, I know a guy that has 5 wedges. Ryan at one point had like 5 wedges in his bag.
When you have every variation of degrees that you can find, it's like, what kind of yardage difference is that? We're not really...
Right. And like, if you can't hit your 3-wood, just get it out of your bag. Like, you can learn, get up to that. Like, baby steps until 3-wood's your hardest club to hit.
For sure.
If you can't hit it, put it away. Lay up with a 5-iron.
Yeah.
Number 4, stay hydrated and snack right. Mental fatigue kills scores on the back 9. Water and a banana are greater than beer and beef jerky. Wrong. That is its only stinker.
I don't know.
We're going to stay hydrated, but not in the way you think, ChatGPT.
That's funny. That was pretty damn specific, huh?
Yeah.
Have a water and banana, not beer and beef jerky, you fucking loser. Like, whoa.
It did put in parentheses most days, but I would flip that. Have beer and beef jerky most days.
Yeah.
Learn where to miss. We kind of had this one on the first list, but learn where to miss. On most holes, there's a safe side. Missing short right into a bunker is often better than long and left into the trees. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Unless you can't hit it out of the bunker. Watch better golfers. Whether it's YouTube or a buddy with a single-digit handicap, observing tempo, setup, and decision-making teaches more than you'd think.
Yeah, I mean...
I think that's smart. Surround yourself with better golfers and you're going to improve.
Monkey see, monkey do, you know? It's just you probably develop better swing habits too, just by watching, being around like very good, technically sound swings. Even if you're just watching professional golf, I feel like the third person view of a good swing can help you realize like where,
Yeah, my problem with watching professional golf is I'm never focused on their swing.
Yeah.
I'm always focused on the shot.
For sure.
But if you just tell yourself to do it, maybe that'll help. Number 7, minimize warm-up disasters. Stop hitting full swings cold. Just stretch, chip, and putt a bit. You'll swing looser and avoid that blow-up hole out the gate. When we started this podcast, I couldn't have been more anti this point. Now that I'm older, I couldn't be more for it. Dude, just stretch a little bit. You know this. I'm doing yoga before I golf. Stretch your body out, dude. It helps a shit ton.
Yeah.
You're good. You can play cold. You're young.
I'm not that much younger than you.
Well, you're like, what are you, 22? 23?
Higher.
5.
Yes. Whoa, you're old. See?
Yeah.
I'm at the tipping point. So.
Yeah, you're right on the line.
Yeah.
Number 8, get fit for your putter. No one ever talks about it, but if your putter doesn't fit your stance or stroke, it's sabotaging you silently. I don't know if I'm fitted for my putter. I got fitted for my regular clubs and then they just came with a putter. So maybe I am.
Listen, ChatGPT.
We're trying not to spend money here, dude.
I mean, I think if you like in the prompt, if you don't want to commit a ton of time to something, you probably don't want to commit a ton of money to something. And it's like,
but we do know dudes that don't get lessons, don't go to the range, and do think a new set of clubs will fix everything.
Yeah. I mean, getting fitted for a full set makes total sense, but getting just fitted for a putter.
Yeah. I don't know. How do they fit you?
I don't know.
Is it just height?
And maybe like throw on different grips, like, cause there's different types of like the super stroke. There's different widths of it, isn't there? There's a thinner one,
For sure.
a thick
Yep,
one.
Yep. And I'm
standard grips.
I'm right in between. Don't give me a like iron grip, and I also don't want the big fat boy. I want it right in the middle.
Kind of like the PXG putters, right? Those
Yeah, I asked for that grip.
Yeah.
Yep. Use alignment sticks at home. Even 2 minutes a week in your garage can reset your setup and aim without ever hitting a ball.
Chat GPT.
Pass.
I said I didn't want to practice at all.
Mm-hmm. Nice try. Even 2 minutes a week in your garage is 2 minutes more than I want to practice. Number 10, and the final piece of advice from AI, cut your swing thoughts in half. The more you think, the worse you swing. Pick one thought and ride it the whole round. I like this one a lot. One of the best summers of golf, my only swing thought was to cut my backswing in half because I was just wrapping that bitch around my head. Mm-hmm. And even cutting it in half was a full backswing. It just felt like half to me. And that was the best summer I ever had.
Yeah.
So I got to get back to that.
Yeah. Right when you said that, I like the last one, I was like, it's really easy to be like, hey, just stop thinking. Mm-hmm. A lot easier said than done. But the focus on one thing, that is doable. Mm-hmm. If you just think about like, I don't know, whatever it may be, your feet.
Get my hands in the right spot.
Shoulder width apart or whatever. Bring them together. However you swing. Everybody swings different. So yeah, I think that could definitely help take your mind off of the 80 other possibilities.
Yeah. The 150 other things you could be thinking about.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I got for the pod. I think that list was actually pretty good. Yeah. Second one. There's a few stinkers. I'm not eating a fucking banana on the golf course.
I think it's
nice try.
Yeah. Well, before we go.
Oh shit.
Before we go.
Yes.
I think maybe we should do a little impromptu on the spot song additions to the playlist before we get ripped apart in the Spotify comments by 3 people
on the spot.
Yeah, I like this. Maybe no, this is actually really stressful. I'm not
okay. I got on the spot. I'm gonna go. Damn it! Hold on. I got to get the playlist pulled up.
Okay. On the spot here. I'll go first.
Okay, I got mine too.
I'm gonna go "Nutshell" by Alice in Chains.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever.
No, play it for me. I need some more. Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right. So, I mean, kind of fell back into like the little 90s grunge / hits, but very good song. I think it's really smooth on the course and kind of a hell yeah song. So,
yeah, I didn't get any hate for my teenage boy band pick last week. So I'm going to continue to push the envelope a little bit until I get hate, and then I'm going to scale it back. I'm going Redbone, Childish Gambino.
Oh, that's a great song. Yeah.
I just think good vibes.
Yeah.
Very chill.
Yes.
Just another song that you could be cruising down the fairway with your foot outside the cart.
Yes. That is that song is peak afternoon, 70 degrees, slight breeze. That's a very, very golf course like song. I think that's a great pick.
Hell yeah. You too. We are at 771 saves.
Wow.
2 hours and 20 minutes, folks. We'll get some from Ryan. Ryan will have to come up with like 10 when he comes back.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get used to Noah over the next few weeks. It'll be me and Noah again, solo next week. The following week, it'll be Noah and Ryan solo. I'm going bear hunting in Saskatchewan.
Wait. I'm gone that following week too. Wedding.
Yeah. On Tuesday, are you going?
I think so.
Oh, shit. This is going to be maybe Miles and Ryan and Jared.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
We'll see. We'll see what I can. Maybe we can.
Maybe pre-record.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Anyways,
have a good one, folks. That is it for this. Well, I have no idea what episode. We stopped saying the number a long time ago, but I love you guys anyway.
Love you.